Perfect. And here we go again. I'm back after my holidays, so guys, that's why I'm a little bit slowed down, so to speak. And it's really, really good to be here with our friends listening and joining this session. And the project for tonight's session is gonna be Pop Cult, and we will be talking a lot about NFTs and also how NFTs can help building a community and really giving different opportunities, again, in a business that sometimes is closed and hard to, if you wish to progress and to find funds. So it's going to be an interesting session tonight with our friend from Pop Cult. So I recognize the artist, right? And I did not find any, let's say, mention of the rest of the team. So if you guys could introduce yourself, that would be awesome. Thank you.
So, I'm Julius. I know Kajak, and that's why also the reason I'm here.
Cool.
Some of my connections that I have in the Telegram space for this wonderful project, because mostly we are focused on Discord and Twitter. But me and Kajak go way back, and he hooked me up with this spot, so we're happy to be here. And we're going to tell you a little bit about NFTs, because I know some of you might not even have an OpenSea account, but we're going to keep it a bit simple, like what is Iwan doing here, what is the project, what does it mean to have an NFT, what can you do with it, stuff like that. Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. So Iwan, you want to introduce yourself too?
Definitely.
Please.
Hello, everybody. My name is Iwan Smith. I'm an artist living and working in Rotterdam, the Netherlands. I've been doing this professionally for the past 10 years. We're actually in my studio right now. We made a little setup.
Okay.
We made a little setup for the AMAs we're doing since 2 weeks now. So every night we're here talking. I'll give you a quick show around of the studio. This is here is some art.
Wow, lovely.
This is my this is the place where I work.
Your creative head, and
yeah, man, it's my studio, and I'm here a lot of hours of the week.
Can you imagine?
Even more hours now because we're talking about Pop Cult at night. Oh, let me put the camera good. So. And to be in short, I'm an artist. I've been making physical artworks, paintings, sculptures, light works, everything you can think of. And now, in 2016, I got into Ethereum. I started buying it, and friends of me were really into it and started investing in it, and I was interested too, so I started doing it, and then the NFTs came up. I was a bit suspicious about them at first, but now, after seeing the possibilities around them and what can be done, and for me as an artist to show my work to a broad audience while also earning money, but also having a community be there, also earning money on the project if we're successful is a great opportunity, I believe. But we're going to tell you more about that in a bit.
Yeah, I strongly believe so and hope so. Great presentation, by the way. Thanks a lot, because I think you already touched, you scratched a little bit the surface also while talking about the physical world too, right? Because as we have seen in the last, let's say, year or so, with the NFT market booming, was indeed the, if you wish, paradox of something that has value only as a digital object, valued as the community, as you said, but also the necessity of backing up this value with something still physical, right? So this is something that I would like to touch maybe later on a little bit in the session when we talk a little bit about the first collection, right? But right now, I would like to let's say use this moment to really understand what's the idea about the project, about the name, what's the idea behind the branding, and what is the finality and the goals of the project, because I've seen I've seen pretty clear statements on your website and white paper too. So if you like to drive a little bit the conversation through that too, it would be lovely.
Yeah, I will talk about how this project came to being and what the idea behind it is. Well, for me as an artist, being able to reach a worldwide audience through Web3 is, of course, a great way of making and showing art. But at the same time, crypto and NFTs are also kind of an investment tool for many people. So we have an updated white paper that will be online tomorrow, and everybody can read it. But we have split the incentives in two very clear segments. One is about the art, kind of the emotional or sentimental part about art and NFTs. And the other is the financial incentive for investors and people who might like what they see, but also want something return. Asset-wise, return on their investment. So, and pop cult started for me. I'm an artist. I've always been inspired. I grew up in the 90s, so I've been very much inspired by cartoons, comics, but also I studied art, so I'm also really into the history of art and how that came about in our history and our popular history, to be exact. Because pop culture stands for popular culture, and everyone recognizes in the images. Everybody recognizes something, but everything is one big mix, smashed together of cartoons, web memes, art history, historical references, like you see here on the website, the Stone Age.
Also already existing famous art, right?
Yeah, definitely. I tend to play with that, and I tend to mix those into my own drawings and my own ideas. And in this project, we smash everything together in a big blender, and whatever pops out is pop cult. And at the same time, it's kind of a joke, because pop cult refers to popular culture, but a cult is also a community in a sense. It's a group of people following.
It's a wordplay too. It's a wordplay.
Yeah, they're following the same idea. So we thought it's a nice wordplay to have pop cult be about popular culture, but also be about the community surrounding the project. So that's, I think, in short, that's what we're doing. And we have a collection of 10,000 NFTs. There will be one of ones, legendary.
Sorry, Iwan. Sorry, just before going maybe in the specificities of the collection itself, you mentioned towards the end of your, let's say, intervention, the keyword that I think relates as well with your project vision, as far as understood. So we mentioned about the community, and of course, again, we will go a little bit more in detail afterwards. But one of the plans of the project, if I understood correctly, is to kind of build up a strong community, also to crowdfund new artists as yourself who are facing some kind of difficulties. I guess in the professional artistic world. Could you just mention quickly and briefly what are these difficulties and how a crypto project, an NFT project, could help in overcoming them?
Definitely. It's for me, when I started out, when I just finished my art school education. I was already working, and I in the field making making pieces, selling paintings, but I think really cool ideas, and I had really cool ideas. And for me, I noticed it was really hard to get traditional funding, because the traditional funding system is pretty much very bureaucratic and very hard to penetrate as a starting artist. You have to be really settled and really well known to have easy
Also,
access.
in some other parts of the world, there may be not even such a thing,
No, they're
right?
not. There are countries where you don't even have art funds. So what I want to do with Pop Cult, at least a part of Pop Cult, I want to have a fund that is a part of the mint is going there, and a part of the royalties are going there, so it keeps being replenished. And I want to do that with the community. Like, if anyone sees a cool artist, or knows a cool artist, or is a cool artist, can be whatever, can be a sculptor, can be a documentary maker, can be a musician. We want to showcase them in our community, and we want our community to have a vote in where our fund is going. For example, now we are starting up this project, and I handpicked some young artists myself for the first funding round, because we're starting up. So I thought, let me kick it off and let the community decide who wins the first round of funding. So, for example, here I have a really cool guy. His name is Obbe van der Weijden. He is also a Dutch artist who just graduated.
With a really difficult name to pronounce.
Yeah, it's OBBE. Obbe. It's really
Obbe.
Obbe. Yeah, it's
Okay.
And van der Weijden means from the field. So,
And he makes statuettes.
he makes these sculptures, and he just graduated at the Royal Academy.
That looks sick. It's like a sort of like Alien or something.
And
They're like Pokemon.
yeah. This guy is also working in augmented reality, so he's a really cool blend of traditional sculpturing and also digital appliances. But this guy is just starting out, and I bought these from him, so I kind of supported him. But it's not enough, because this guy is already looking for a day job to help him fund the work he is making. Yeah. And I think someone with talent like this should be able to focus on his creative process and the things he is making and doing.
Sure.
And it's in a way it's an investment, because we do this. We help these young artists out by furthering their career, but in return they come back to us and the community as well. We put that in sort of a contract that in time, when they for example, when they become established artists, they come back to Pop Cult and they do a project with us, or they do an airdrop for our community. So,
but also as we will see, maybe I think it's a nice moment to transition towards if you wish, the first Genesis collection, so to speak, because indeed the contract takes as well a royalty. So if the artist becomes famous and one of his pieces is sold for a lot of money, the community will benefit in a way that we will touch, I guess, in a short while. So we set kind of the background, the vision, which is really, let's say, admirable in a sense. It's really noble, and we would really like to live in a world in which we can just focus on our passion. So why not? I stand behind this idea completely. So props to you guys for trying to apply that.
Is the art world revolutionizing the art industry?
Yeah. So Julius, you are the brain behind the let's say motivational quotes in the white paper, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I got it.
But marketing is purely motivational quotes. It's nothing more.
It's nothing more.
That's true. That's true.
That's so not true. But no. But yeah.
So yes. So you just said before, right, that initially you're going to mint a collection of 10,000 NFTs, right? Which are, let's say, the ones, or at least a superset of the ones we can today generate on the website with the do-it-yourself. These are like, let's say, parts of the collection.
A small sample.
Not all the traits are inside.
No, we put a small sample on the website so people can play around and people can get a feel of what the images will look like.
Yeah.
How they are generated.
Yeah, that's cool. I like the idea just to have a feel. And then of course, these NFTs will be minted on Ethereum, right?
Yeah, but Ethereum and also USDC. We will have two options.
Yes. Okay. I see. So my question would be, right? First of all the traits will be associated to a certain rarity, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And
okay.
Like in our collection, if you actually mint the legendary, you can see the pepper behind me. Like we mentioned that we have an actual connection with the physical art world, works. So if you mint the legendary, you can actually claim one of these light sculptures.
Yeah.
And your living room or
and here we come again on what we just said before. So to if you wish, link the rarity of an NFT to the fact that you own the physical piece. Also, like something that I found really interesting before going into, let's say, the gritty, nitty details of the more technical questions, if you wish. But like I've seen that you are thinking about actually realizing the physical NFT, right? It's not that you have a piece that represents the whole collection and the legendary NFT will get the piece. They will get the really same artwork that is shown in the NFT, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do some. There's also a trait in our collection that is called the frame. And if that falls on your NFT, so that's also generated by the algorithm. You get that. You can claim that image as a light sculpture. We have a sample here. This is a sample.
Okay. Wow.
And you can just claim that one, and you can also keep it in its wrapper. Like if you want for investment purposes, you can leave it unclaimed and you can sell it on later. Because those will be rare. I think they'll have a drop rate of 0.5%, something like that. So that's not much. But we're going to do a lot of cool rarity things in the collection, like being able to get a physical work for free, either a light box or a real sculpture. And we want to start a service where everyone who has minted an NFT can also just connect their wallet on a website, like some sort of a web shop, where they can order their NFT as a light box.
Okay. So also for people who did not get the, let's say, don't have the chance to mint
every holder, but those will have to pay a fee, of course. So they will pay for their
work. Like a service. Well, I would have a question regarding because it's a topic that is recurring in my mind every time I find myself talking about NFTs and their own counterpart in the physical world. So my question would be, in your vision, right? The person that gets the legendary, and then let's say he resells the NFT on the secondary market. will he get as well the physical piece, or the physical piece is just for the mint? You see what I mean?
That is between the seller and the buyer.
Okay.
Because we will see which legendaries are claimed or not.
Yeah.
And the buyer, that information is public. So also the buyer of the legendary NFT will also know if the physical work is claimed or unclaimed. If it's claimed, he has to talk about that with the seller. If it's unclaimed, he always knows it's unclaimed. So if he buys the NFT, he has the
This is quite smart. This is quite smart. Yes, I see. So basically, they would somehow agree on doing a transaction which involves the transfer of the physical good.
Exactly, and that's why it can be profitable if you get your hands on a legendary one. Not to claim the physical piece right away. You can always do that. Just see what it does, and see what it does on OpenSea. But
maybe you're just very.
It goes two ways. It's the sentimental part and the asset part. I know. In our Discord, we have people saying, "Okay, if I open the legendary one, I will mint." I will claim the physical work right away.
Because everybody wants the pepper,
And other people say, no way. I will keep it in its wrapper, like a first edition.
Investment. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I don't know what I would do. I'm also a collector, and I also maybe for me the idea of being able to claim it is enough at a certain point. That's.
I see. It's really interesting because if you wish, I think that when you try to connect the two worlds, right, to give value to one another, it opens up a lot of corner cases in which there will be the need of for clear terms and terms of service too. For kind of, I think about first thing that it comes to my mind is like the discharge of responsibility exactly in these cases and such. So it's completely kind of new things that we've seen after the first initial boom, if you wish, of the NFT as pure digital content, right?
Yeah.
And finally, if I understood correctly,
you say that, Puff, because now is it's not a hype anymore. Now it's really the time to build, and
right.
That's why also we chose to go forward with this project, because everybody in the Web2 space is looking to help each other. Hashtag we all gonna make it. Hence why we also started this project. We get so many good feedback from all over LinkedIn. With my connections, we do Telegram AMAs, people from Twitter, because it is, Iwan backing it up with his brand, with his name. It adds almost zero speculation to the table.
Yeah, right. And I like the idea to say, okay, only the top, let's say the rarest, if you wish, NFTs will get the physical thing, because it will keep somehow the demand higher, I guess. So that was a good idea too. And then finally, it looks to me that we are starting to move in a world in which the NFTs is going to be replaced the signature of a contract, right? Because if I buy art today, right, I need to sign a contract, and it's somehow the same thing.
Let me show you a thing.
Okay, yeah. Lovely, by the way, the setup. It's really cool because you can show.
It's very relevant because yesterday I had a meeting with a really big firm from the Netherlands, Deloitte. I think they're worldwide.
I know them.
And they came by. They have a big art collection, and now when I sell a work, the work here in the back, this one, the big one, they took an option on this piece.
Okay.
So that means they're interested to buy it. I have to reserve it for them. So they will let me know next week. But they can.
Congrats to you.
Yeah, thanks.
Make sure to pop a bottle if it goes well.
I will. But now, when I sell a work, the buyer gets this piece of paper. And it's a piece of paper. It's a nice piece of paper. You can put it in a vault or whatever. But I know that in the future, every work that I sell, I want it to be accompanied by an NFT. Certifying the ownership to the buyer.
Sure. Because finally, that piece of paper could be photocopied. You see.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's much harder to scam people as well with the blockchain technology. And I think that as you said before, when you said some people see this as well as an investment, and I guess you meant more on the speculation side of it, right? But finally, what will happen, in my opinion, is that the hype will vanish into habit, right? And what will stay is the contract power, the integrity power of data in the blockchain instead of paper. So I really like the idea. But coming back a little bit on the collection itself, so we said 10,000 version minted. My question would be, what will happen with the unminted versions? You see, will they be sent to a candy pot address, or will they stay in circulation for maybe like later sales?
There will not be a leftover, man. It's
yeah, nice answer. Perfect.
Just to give you like a short review, like it's 10,000 mints. We have 150 to give away. For interesting relationships, there's 150 for the team. Then we have a 500 pre-mint that is 5th of September. We have that in about less than 2 weeks from now, and it's already looking very. A lot of people trying to get that spot because it has 30% discount. Our pre-mint is
okay, so sorry, Julius. Just to make sure I'm visualizing the correct thing, we are talking about the tokenomics, if you wish, the distribution, right? Okay. So we've been talking about the giveaways. Maybe we can discuss later on how these giveaways will run. That will be interesting. So you had like a seed phase, 5%, whitelist 15%.
That one is on 5 September.
Yeah, that one is on 5 September. We have a pre-mint, and that one is literally sending.
We have a lot of people signing up, and it's gonna be.
So my question is, if I understood correctly, the first round of whitelisted people, so this 15%, will have a 15% discount on the price of the NFT, which is, by the way, 275 USDC, right?
Yeah, or the equivalent in Ethereum.
Or the equivalent in Ethereum. Okay, so both the currencies are accepted for the mint, which will happen exclusively through your own website. So here, probably on the top, we will have, there you go. There's already, I guess, an integration ready. But for the time being, what do we have here? Just a summary. Okay.
Yeah, this is like the premium page, so we get a lot of.
So my question would be, the losers whitelist is the second whitelist. Why losers? What does that mean?
It's something I put in there, and I kind of like it. It's a Dutch thing. Like,
okay,
the losers whitelist will be able to buy in advance of the public sale.
Okay.
But there will be no discount. So that's the loser part.
Those are people who participated in the whitelist, let's say, process, but they did not get through, right?
Exactly. And we're gonna do it on a first come, first serve base. So
due to
the demand, we're going to do several rounds. So for example, we have the seed round 5th of September. Then we're going to have the whitelist rounds for the discount. And September.
But my question here for the loser round, which is, let's say, there's high probability for people interested maybe to access this round, right? I was thinking, what's the real advantage of minting in advance? Because finally, it's a stochastically, let's say, neutral operation, right? You have the same chance, more or less. But there's the possibility that higher rarity are going to be
No.
like
The rarity is completely random. We don't know what drops when. But the thing is with the losers whitelist, like in case the demand grows so big, then we also have to disappoint losers whitelist. But we hope
sure.
We hope to catch to give those people who went to the trouble to get on the whitelist. To give them an opportunity to mint ahead of the public sale, so they're sure they have one NFT from the project. Yeah.
Okay,
that's their advantage.
Understood.
So that's why it's a losers whitelist.
It's a nice ways to pose it, right? But I figured it out just now with you guys. So thanks,
losers are the winners of tomorrow. That's
just at that 37% public. You have to be very lucky to get a chance to.
Yeah, you have to be quick. Well, on the date, end of September, we haven't set the final date yet. We're going to do that.
Okay. So Q3 of September is the target. But yeah, I think it's a really sweet spot to go a little bit, to step a little bit backwards and discuss of the actual benefits that you guys are planning for people holding a Genesis NFT, right? Because we briefly mentioned it. No, by the way, another thing, I wanted just to show an example of what I meant. This is the Guernica of Picasso, right? Or a re-edition of
Guernica,
it. Guernica, yes. So that's what we were discussing before in terms of style, right? But to go back on the benefits, holding the NFT comes with a relationship, which is NFTs with benefits. We all know what friends with benefits is, so I guess that everybody here can understand. But what are these benefits for the pop cult collection?
So again, we are dividing them into two groups. One is the art side, the other is the asset side. I want to start with the asset side because that is pretty interesting. Because what we're doing is as following: everyone who mints an NFT from our project and holds it, we will be paying out dividend quarterly, both from the initial mint, that's a fixed amount, I think 1.10k, but also from the royalties. So every time an NFT switches hands, so it gets sold, a percentage of that goes back to Popgold. And from that percentage, we're giving out to our holders a piece of that pie. So in that way, people can generate income till the end of time, actually, for as long as people are buying and selling the NFTs. So that's a really cool benefit that is not being done a lot at the moment. But we really believe that the people holding the NFTs and sticking to the project and keep following it, that they should also be rewarded. So we're doing that in the asset way, amongst other things. But in the more in the art group, like right now, I'm talking to the biggest museum in the Netherlands, Boijmans van Beuningen. They're in the top 10 of best museums in the world. They have my work, my physical work. A couple of my physical works are in their collection as well. And they're also.
We're talking about the Raid Makers Art Gallery.
No, that's my gallery. That's my
okay.
That is my gallery. They are place that sell art.
Okay, I
There are
see.
there are supermarkets for art. No, but Boijmans van Beuningen is an actual museum.
Yeah.
Where are you from? You're from Italy?
Yeah, I'm actually living in France, but I need to tell you that I'm super ignorant about art. So
It's
please
okay. It's okay.
please forgive me, forgive
Yeah.
me.
For example, in France we have the Louvre.
Okay, it's on that level. It's on that
Yeah,
level. Okay.
it's definitely on that level. But
Louvre, I know because I've been there. So
yeah.
at least that one I know it.
Okay, so the Dutch Louvre, they have my work in their collection,
Okay.
and I'm also talking to them about having the holders of this project be able to log into their website and to connect their wallet. If it shows they have the pop cult NFT, they can just get a ticket to the museum. So that's like a physical incentive, but it's not directly.
Yeah.
It's of small value because a ticket is like 20 euros, but it's a really cool way of interacting with the physical world.
It's true. Like if I need to give you my impression, and I've seen that a lot of crypto projects lately, especially projects of a certain quality, are spawning up in the Netherlands. And my personal belief is that as we move the utility in the physical world too, the projects will have some sort as well of geographical influence, if you wish, and this kind of plus value that you may give in terms of ticket discount or exclusive access to things are going to help projects build their own presence in their own area, right? Yeah. So not all the projects will go global, right? They could thrive as well just on a regional basis. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, definitely. But my dream, I start out with the Dutch Louvre.
Yeah. And then you go to the French Louvre.
Yeah, but that's the plan. I have good contacts with them. And it's a test case, so they are open to it, and I can have our developer build that into their website, so that it's actually working and it's actually easy to access for the holders. And if this is a good test run, I want to expand it to other museums throughout Europe, throughout the States, throughout Asia, everywhere. Because my dream is to have a route all over the world. You can use your NFT to access places, to visit.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
And sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, please.
No, it's okay. But that's something we're working on really hard, and it's already happening locally. And from there on, we will just oil out to other places. And if people have nice suggestions, they're always welcome. It's a community driven thing. So if people say we want to go there, then I will contact those places and talk to them about how we're going to make that happen.
Okay, yeah, that's part as well. We have some questions already from the community about that, but here I would like to ask you, let's say, a silly question that I had, and then take maybe the first question from the community, because there's one which is really fitting this topic. My first question would be, what do you think personally about art galleries that are displaying NFT on a LCD screen and NFTs, art collections that are displayed in the metaverse?
What do I think about it? Well, on one hand, I think it's a good thing because it creates a bigger awareness. Like people going to art shows, they see the NFTs where otherwise they maybe wouldn't see them. So I think that's a plus. The negative thing about it is I think we have to be really careful because my gallery is already trying to sell NFTs from me. But I'm pushing that back because I think the whole idea of Web3 and crypto and decentralization is about putting the power of the medium back into the hands of the people using it. So I think that's something to be cautious about.
Okay.
But yeah, it's all about common sense. I think. Like if I like, for example, this project, my gallery has nothing to do with it financially, or they will never they will never take part in this project in a financial way, because why would I give up that power to a second party if I can reach the people myself, you know?
Sure, and this is one of the biggest promises of, if you wish, Web3, right? Because all the businesses are trying to evolve in this sense, if you wish, to empower the creators while giving something back to the community. But talking about indeed creators, there's our friend Chief Lyricist, and he's asking a three-part question. We already touched some of this, so we'll try to filter a little bit the point of interest. So he's asking, as a fashion designer, would there be avenues where creators of clothing design can be part of the project, where they can showcase what they can do through their drawings and clothes or sewing them? And also partnership with popular fashion house. So it's interesting to know if you're planning as well to expand to other artistic disciplines.
Definitely,
right?
definitely.
And finally, last part, which I think is the most interesting for him, because I know him. So he's asking, as a writer, because he's a good writer, do you intend to infuse content creators and writers into the collections of your NFTs? So he's thinking about also collaboration between artists, which maybe are in some fields that are less visual, but could provide as well other types of contents. And this is, I think, a really good idea from him, right?
It is. And for me, like art is not visual per se. Mm-hmm. Art is everything, from writing to singing to drawing to making documentaries to spoken word. Everything is art. So in this project and in our art fund, we're not limited to just people making visual art. As I said, if you're a musician and you have a plan for a really cool show, and our community likes it, our community wants it to happen, then it will happen. So the same goes for if you're a writer. If you have a sick idea for a book or a ebook or whatever, and you need funding, you need to take a time off from your day job to really take the time to finish that project. And our community is behind it. Our community likes what you do. You will get it. It will happen. Of course, to the limit of the success of the project, because if at some point the liquidity on OpenSea would dry up, then the fund would dry up as well. But we're not counting on that. We really think, and me myself strongly believe, that the fund will keep replenishing.
It's sustainable.
Yeah, it's really sustainable. Yeah, definitely. Through the royalties that will come in indefinitely.
So, as far as understood here, like you guys see also the potential of building not only a community of investors and regular members, but also through several rounds of funding, as well a community of creators, and which eventually may decide as well to cooperate because they got in contact through your services and such, and as such give fuel to the engine. But indeed, there is on this let's say on this line of thought, there's our friend Salim Saiki, and he or she is asking, one of the promises of your project is to organize physical activities. What is the purpose of organizing these events? Will there be more of the events you organized in Amsterdam on April 22? Where do you where do you plan to organize such events? So she's more interested to understand how this could translate in a real world event, right?
Yeah.
We discussed a little bit already, maybe with like in French we have the vernissage.
If you scroll up a little bit, Puff, if you scroll up the website,
up or down?
Up. I think it's up. Yeah, up. Oh no, it's down. It's down. It's down. Puff is down.
No, it's all the way down.
It's all the way down.
No, but we had 2 physical events to this date.
The YouTube video.
Yeah, show the YouTube video.
If you click on it and then
this was our first. This was our first physical event, and we filmed it also to do some promotional stuff. Not this. This is other footage.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry, I'm hearing also the music I've already heard before, but good music.
This was at our first event, what you're seeing now.
But if you actually click on the title of the video, you go through YouTube, and you can maybe go to our channel real quick, and then go to the channel.
Yeah, Pop Cult NFT.
And then the latest one, Pop Cult OG Launch Party. This was actually
last week. This was last week at my studio. So
hey man, that's your masterpiece, right?
Yeah,
it's my latest big work. I made it. I made it this year, and I showed it at a lot of art shows. And now
a little bit of poker.
Yeah, with a little poker. Yeah, it's nice. But this was last week, and I think it's really cool to have the NFT project also come to life in physical events and for example, this was my studio, but next time we can do it in the studio of one of our fund participants, and have people really get together, really connect, really talk about whatever. Actually, it's also a networking thing, this was an anime a couple of days ago, I think. Yeah.
Nice. So you're pumping, you're crunching through AMAs too. Yeah, I like
we are. We're doing.
I like the idea of you have your own space and you're sharing your own space to kind of kickstart as well. Let's say, really close, if you wish, inner circle of people who will actually probably be active as well on the ground, right? Because
definitely, and I think it's
you
nice.
need that too, right?
I think it's really nice to have people of like minds come together, talk about what they want to do, talk about their plans, their dreams, and show what they're working on. That's really nice, and it can be anything. It can be a fashion designer, it can be an artist, it can be a writer, anything.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I really like the vibe as well. So we have as well, if you wish, another question from our friend Moonstar, which brings us back a little bit on Earth, and he's asking, one NFT mint costs 275 USDC. For me, this is considered a great investment. Some NFT projects have a buyback program. This allows investors to invest more comfortably. Do you have a buyback program for NFTs? If yes, what is the buyback price you have determined? I think he refers to some project which were kind of giving some kind of insurance on the floor price, since we've seen a lot of declination in the latest, let's say 2021 collection, when the market was losing already some hype, if you wish. So, do you have any kind of mechanism or idea, or as well marketing plan to keep the floor price balanced? Is referring really to an hardware, if you wish, control or something, but I would like to broaden a little bit the question, right, to give it some space.
So your question is a little bit like, how would we continue to market it, keep it sustainable, keep the floor rising, so that also the fund gets. We've chose a lot of marketing strategies. For example, I have all these connections here on Telegram. So we're doing a lot of Telegram AMAs, but we're mostly active on our Twitter, Twitter Spaces. Discord, AMA, these are really for the NFT space. I actually wonder when the Nordic Whales are actually going to Discord, but we have a mixture of like online and offline marketing.
You should speak to Kazak for that. We'll see.
Yeah. No, I think so. Discord is really the future with what we can all do in the server. In terms of roles, monitoring, and
Sure. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. And also, it was, sorry, just if I cut you, but it was also a question from Justice07 to give him credit. He was asking especially how will you manage to keep your NFT community together and ensure the continuity of the project, and how will the revenues of the project be sustained after all 10,000 NFTs have been sold? And I thought about while reading this question, I thought about what I've seen in your roadmap. And you mentioned as well in your white paper, and you're planning as well to have some sort of merchandise going on, right? And this could be quite important in terms of revenue. So my question would be, what's the plan with that? And if you guys plan to put some liquidity back eventually from, let's say, side businesses too that may arise, right?
Let me take this question.
Surely.
It's really interesting, and it's really something we think about a lot. But Popcult is a brand. It's not just one NFT collection of 10,000 and that's it. It's the genesis, so it's the start of something. And for example, we want, with our fund and with people working with us, we want to start up new projects, and of course, people holding the Genesis collection are the ground,
the original,
the ground investors. So they will always be taken care of when the new projects pop up. And I think when the demand is higher than the supply, there's always going to be market, definitely on OpenSea. And for example, if you look at projects that are on OpenSea now that have crazy volume in Ethereum, without sounding cocky or like an asshole,
just do it.
Yeah, our project is in quality much better. Is in the asset department, giving back much more, and is actually doing something. We're decentralizing the creative space. So to answer that question, if you believe that there is future in decentralization of creativity, then there will always be revenue in our project, and there will always be the dividend for the holders of the NFT. So that's in my view the way we will keep the floor prices up, and make sure people get dividend on their investment as long as they hold the product. And if they sell it, they should sell it at a profit as well, because if the demand is higher than the supply, that's basic business,
Yeah.
That's Julius, please.
I still maybe want to answer you answered a very broad question. I didn't really feel I answered it yet. On how we plan to sustain, how we plan to keep our floor going up. Yo, what's up, Booyah? I actually see you join, man. Nice.
Booyah!
He's a good friend of mine. It's been a while, but so. For example, I'm a marketer. Yeah, I come from the shitcoin industry, and me and Iwan been on this journey now for 2 months. And I really took on this project together with him because I really feel that this is going to be a next blue chip. Iwan actually forgot to mention that he had already ties with an NFT project before with the Bomb Squad. It was like an LA clothing brand.
Yeah, the hundreds.
Yeah, the hundreds. He had a very nice NFT project as well, a blue chip. So we have all these ties as well as his brand name behind it, with his physical art. It's given me more and more the idea of this being also a blue chip. Hence why I also put my name behind it. We have a mixture of online and offline marketing. like you mentioned yourself, because we're in the Netherlands, we don't see why not we use the Netherlands as well. So we've done a poster and billboard campaign in both Rotterdam and next week is Amsterdam. I mean, it's our capital. You haven't been in Amsterdam?
Yeah, I've been in Amsterdam a couple of times. And I really like the city and also the surroundings. A little bit cold when I was there on the channel, on the sea channel, right? But I really liked it. A little bit flat for my, let's say, for my origins, but at least like it freaked me out that at a certain point you're under the sea level, right? So like going close to a volcano a little bit. That was the feeling. Sorry for the digression, but we have a question from our friend neighbor, which bring us a little bit back again on a let's say lower, more practical level, and he's asking: when I buy the NFT Pop Cult, where will this be? Would this NFT be stored? Do you have your own wallet to store the NFT? Where can I buy this NFT? And this we replied already. But what the exact date? Exact date, it's not yet announced. End of September probably. And it also adds, and this is interesting because it ties up with what we were just saying. If I have Pop Cult NFT, will it make me profit? For example, can I earn money by staking an NFT? And if I have understood correctly, the rewards won't be materialized in the shape of a token. There's not going to be any token going on Naber, right?
So let me fully answer that question.
So but he's asking correctly, how will I perceive this practically, right?
Yeah. So first of all, on how you're going to mint, you're going to send Ethereum to your MetaMask wallet. We have a how to mint page on our website to get any idea on how to do it. So about the asset incentives that we talked about.
No. First things first. How to mint? We have a complete rundown of how to do it. But simple said, if you mint an NFT, it will go to your wallet, the wallet you mint on, and then after that, it will be visible on OpenSea and also tradable there. You can sell it there. So we're going on OpenSea, and now I give it back to you.
That is a but if you read the how to mint in depth, it will explain you from A to Z on how to mint on our website, how to get Ethereum in your MetaMask, and stuff like that. But the financial incentive, because we didn't want to make a token, because that is not really utility, and you need also liquidity. So where are you going to get the liquidity from? It's a bunch of bullshit. So what we chose to do is we're going to use the airdrop method, where we take snapshots of all our holders every month, and then every quarter you get airdrop based on the amount of NFTs you hold and based on the royalties that are collected. And these are can be claimable by Pink airdrop. Because we're also going to airdrop about 110,000 USD dollars to the minters, who minted. We're giving them an allocation of all the money raised, and this is going to be over $110,000. Yeah. Also,
and that's for the holder. That's for the holders. We think for the first 2 quarters. Yeah. So people who sell, like if you sell your NFT, you're out of the royalties basket. But as long as you hold your NFT, you're in our community, and you get revenues from the royalties we make. It's a group venture.
Okay, just to answer to our friend, it's important because I've seen this misconception in the questions. Maybe they were just copy paste, I don't know. But guys, we were not talking at all about a token. We were talking about an NFT collection. And also, it's interesting because if you think about it, right, not being paired to any other currency makes the NFT potentially a safer edge to the market instabilities, right? Especially when you pair it to an actual use case and an actual maybe physical value, physical world item. So that's I mean, natural for you guys, I guess, as a choice to say no, we're not gonna raise liquidity for a token or get in the troubles of managing a token, which probably is even more complicated than an NFT collection, because there's a lot of game theory behind it, and well, it's not a joke, right? So we're talking, guys, about NFT collection. Yes.
Yeah, I think what you said is not entirely true. It's not only our currency is not a token. Our currency is the Iwan, with his artwork.
Yeah, sure.
A token is nada. It used to be in the beginning of NFTs. It used to be utility. Yeah, we're going to bring out a token, but how many shitcoins are there on the market every day? We don't think it's taking a way to reward our holders, because that token will also get drained. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks for the answer. And also, I think that one of your, let's say, value is like, as you said, Iwan work, but also his enthusiasm, your enthusiasm, guys, because that what makes you go through the hard times. So it's really nice to see for us, for our group as well, you guys coming here and like showing up opening up your house or your studio, if you wish. We really appreciate that. So now, we are going, I guess, towards the end of the session. I will steal maybe some more minutes of your time, if you don't mind. There's a new category of questions tonight that I would like to mention with a shout out. There is our friend Black Adam asking the impossible question. So I'm just repeating it to see if you know the answer, but I really want to underline the difficulty of this question. Right? He's asking, will there be traditional voting mechanism on the DAO, or it will be quadratic? I don't know, Black Adam. I need to study before.
Yeah, it's really difficult. No, but
thanks, Black Adam. By the way, I'm sorry.
I'm going to try to answer it. It's
good luck.
Again, that is up to the community. The voting process will be decided by the community. So if the community wants to decide traditional, we will go traditional. And if they want to go quadratic, we will go quadratic, whatever.
So Black Adam, the tradition, the voting mechanism will be decided by the DAO itself, and then Terminator will come. Kind of. All right. Okay, guys. Okay. So finally. Yeah, I think I went through a little bit of the questions that were posted tonight. Thanks again to all of you listeners and friends who are actually come here and post the questions. Unfortunately, we came up with this system in which we get text questions because we can give a fair chance for everyone to actually ask their question. I try to select the best one. I hope, guys, that you still feel that I'm doing a good job at it. So thanks for your patience. But of course, I suggest you to join PopCult Discord for any other question you may have or unanswered questions in tonight's sessions. So this said, guys, sorry, maybe we went a little. I don't know what are your schedules, but we went a little bit long. But I would still would like to ping you and to ask you to take the floor for yourself with some, let's say, for some closing statement. And if you would like to maybe to repeat the let's say, planned dates for important events in your community. We talked a little bit before about giveaways or whitelists, competition and whatsoever. We like to have this kind of really practical information and closing remark at the end of the session to wrap it up, right?
Okay, thank you. At first, thank you very much for hosting. You've been a great host.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
it. In-depth questions about the project. I really like your thoroughness on this, so thank you.
Thanks, man.
Okay. Closing from me. Thank you all for joining in. I hope we made you guys enthusiastic about what we're doing as well. check out the website. Everything you want to know, need to know is there. Also join the Discord. It's a really comfortable place, really welcoming, really open to everyone. 5 September is the seed mint. We will open up our mint with 500 NFTs. So check out our pre-mint, premint.xyz. Everything on the website leads there. And yeah, I hope to see you in the Discord and come join us.
Yeah. If I can say, Iwan pretty much covered everything. Happy to be here. You know, me and Kazak go way back, and I like the Nordic Whales. So you guys come over in the Discord. If you really liked it, I could maybe hook you up with a spot. You know, we can fix it like this. If you DM me. Just
nice.
I'm excited for this being the next blue chip, and thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks so much. Really,
it was a huge pleasure to speak to you guys. I see that in Europe, right, there is like Netherlands and Barcelona really pushing it. So props to you guys getting on the ground and keeping it real in the sense that projecting it in the real world too. So. Thanks for the direct effort with that, which I think it will be kind of the drive in the future. It has been a blast really to get to know you. Again, guys, join their Discord, and eventually if you're interested, if you think you may be interested, hook up with Julius Crypto. Maybe there will be some opportunities, but follow for eventual contests and an announcement for sure. So right now, guys, again, thank you. It's me saying goodbye to you if you want to leave, because right now we have our brief moment of, let's say, housekeeping chores with our giveaway session and the duck race. Who want to stay, feel free.
Good luck, guys.
If you need to go, feel free to leave too. But thanks again, really. So, bye, guys. Thanks. Ciao. Thanks. Okay, guys, so it was a really interesting session. I really appreciated your presence. And now I would really like to go into the giveaway session. And I would really like to give our, let's say, best question prize for tonight to Sailing Psyche, because, of course, there's a lot of uncertainty regarding the projects that are linking to physical events, where these physical events will be, how they will be organized, and et cetera. And I think that it will make the difference in the long run for a company that will be able to project their activities worldwide and become a worldwide known organization, even in terms of real world events. So congrats to Salin. Good job. And now we are gonna go, just give me a second, I'm setting it up. We're gonna go with 10 seconds of duck racing. So warm up your engine. I hope it's visible. Yes, it's visible on screen. I'm setting it. We are on the line, and in 3, 2, 1, the siren. Let's go. So there's this weird chinos, but is like doubled by Bjorn, and finally Kadir. Jimuni third, but check this out. Oh, Crypto Gabriel third, but the first two will be the winner of our giveaways tonight. So only Kadir and Marcus Crypto. Sorry, as always, for the third place, Crypto Gabriel. Will be next time. I hope you enjoyed the session, guys. For me, it was a blast. As you know, I was really eager to come back and host after my holidays in the mountains. So thanks again for having spent your time with me, with your fish. And I see you next time. As always, a lot of love. Take care. Bye.